Speaking of which, let's turn to the war in Gaza. It's been almost 9 months now. In this time, Israel's position has been the same. We want to destroy the Hamas. That's what they've said throughout. We want to eliminate this group completely. But Israel's army says that's impossible. Look at what an army spokesperson said, and I'm quoting, "This business of destroying Hamas, it's simply throwing sand in the eyes of the public. Hamas is an idea. Hamas is a party. It's rooted in the hearts of the people. Whoever thinks we can eliminate Hamas is wrong." Now, this is a big statement. Israel's army says you cannot destroy Hamas. It's impossible. But that's not what Benjamin Netanyahu has been saying. He kept telling the world that Israel would destroy Hamas, not once, not twice, but multiple times. Listen to this.
The elimination of Hamas is a necessary step to ensure that the day after there will be no element in Gaza that threatens us. We spoke about recent developments in the war, including Israel's commitment to achieving all of the war's objectives, eliminating Hamas.
To win this war, we must destroy the remaining Hamas battalions in Rafah.
The necessary goal of the war is first of all the elimination of Hamas. We will continue to fight until all the objectives of the war are achieved, and the priority is the elimination of Hamas.
So who should we trust? The Israeli military or the Israeli Prime Minister? As expected, the statement has triggered a controversy. Netanyahu's office has commented on it. They reiterated Israel's official war goal, to destroy Hamas. The military also released a clarification. They said that the spokesperson was talking about the Hamas ideology and not the group. But I'm afraid that the damage is done. The public spat has confirmed the obvious. There are divisions between Netanyahu and his military. We saw that earlier this week too. Israel's military announced a tactical pause in Rafah. Again, Netanyahu was not happy. He was totally opposed to any pause in fighting. Before that, the defense minister rebelled. He asked Netanyahu to plan for post-war Gaza. Again, the prime minister refused. And all of these developments confirmed the divisions. But the question is, what has caused it? There are three main reasons. The first one is tactical. Netanyahu wants his army to defeat Hamas in Rafah. But what comes after that? Who will govern the Gaza Strip? Without a plan, Israel could face insurgencies, and the army is not keen on that. They would like some clarity on the next step. The second reason is military support, mainly from the US. Netanyahu's policy has already enraged Washington. They have withheld 1 shipment of bombs. But what if more shipments are paused? Israel's army may run out of firepower, which brings us to the third reason, a second front in this war. At this rate, we cannot rule it out. Israel and Hezbollah are regularly exchanging fire, Hezbollah in Lebanon. Last week, Israel took out a senior Hezbollah commander. In response, they fired rockets at northern Israel. It's a very dangerous situation. On Wednesday, Israel's army released operational footage. It shows them striking 7 targets in Lebanon. Take a look at this. The Hezbollah says it's ready for war, and it's not just threatening Israel. It is threatening Cyprus too. Now, Cyprus is an island on the west of Lebanon. It has a defense agreement with Israel. Both sides have held joint drills in the past. Cyprus has also allowed Israel to use its airports. But all of that was during peacetime, not in the middle of a war. Nonetheless, Hezbollah is not taking any chances. They're warning Cyprus too.
If the war is imposed on Lebanon, the resistance will fight without control, without rules, and without a ceiling. Cyprus should be warned that opening Cypriot bases and airports to the Israelis to target Lebanon means that the Cypriot government has become part of the war. And the resistance will deal with Cyprus as if it is part of the war.
Cyprus has denied these claims. They say no military support is being given to Israel. But how serious is the Hezbollah threat? Well, the US is really concerned. This week, Joe Biden sent a special envoy to West Asia. In Beirut, he met Lebanon's Parliament Speaker. who is an ally of Hezbollah, the US official called for de-escalation at the border. But the problem seems to be Netanyahu. Hezbollah could have intervened any time in the last 9 months, but they did not. And what does that tell you? There is no appetite for war in Lebanon, not unless Israel escalates. And that's where Netanyahu's actions are worrying. Consider what he did with Iran. The regime in Tehran was watching from the sidelines, but Israel killed their top commanders in Syria. That's when Iran attacked Israel. And now Netanyahu is going after senior Hezbollah commanders, again the same agenda, to draw out this war and to keep the Americans interested. It's a very risky and dangerous strategy, but then again, that's been Netanyahu's game plan throughout.
Firstpost reports from the world's second largest continent. Hello, I'm Alison Lagrange. A very warm welcome from Durban, South Africa. We get you the news and the newsmakers from Africa. From elections to climate change to innovations and opportunities. As the world's attention shifts, we report from Africa, the heart of the global south. Join me every weekday live on Firstpost.